Yes, welcome into the show, people. It is a Wednesday hump day. We got afternoon baseball that we have to figure out, but it is the RightWager.com Major League Baseball show. It's your boy Donnie RightSide here. Good day yesterday, 2-1 on premium picks. That's the way we want to go down. Exactly what we deserved. A terrible pick on the Houston Astros team total over 4.5. They got one. Very good pick on the New York Yankees. Over 4.5, they got 5, but they got that 5 runs by the 6th inning. No sweat one. And also, maybe the easiest over you're going to find, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals, where the Pirates had 7 runs after 2 innings, basically knocking down that over 7.5. Couldn't figure out why that was that low. 2 horrendous pitchers yesterday. So every once in a while, the gambling gods give you a free gift, and that total yesterday was a free gift. But it's new day, new money here on a Wednesday, and as I said, we got afternoon action to get after. Afternoon action, baby. I'm excited for this today. I got to make sure we're getting the right picks in as well, because reports are out here, or should I say starting lineups, that we can certainly go over. And that first game is going to start in the Bronx at 1:05. Let me just get some numbers together here. Straighten out the odds board. Chat box filling up there. What's up, Francisco Carrasco, and also Aaron Schoen in the house. Always in there first. Always saying hello. Good stuff. And let me set up the 30 days. All right, yesterday, by the way, and we're going to do this today right off the top. Remember we went over the 6 wagers, which we were talking about, I call them false flags, where let's just say you have the money line that's completely out of whack with how many people are betting it and where those lines are actually going. And we had 6 games picked out yesterday on those. Baltimore, Washington, New York, which is the Mets, Colorado, the Athletics, and the Reds. So 6 games that were way off kilter. In those 6 games, they actually went 3-3. It's like, oh, that's not too bad. No, listen to me, though. When you're betting on odds of going against the public in a major direction where the lines don't make sense, you're going to get some good dog prices. Lost on Baltimore, which we called at minus 110 yesterday. Washington also lost to the New York Yankees. That was a plus 154. So theoretically, you'd be down what? $210 right there. The New York Mets at minus 110 ended up beating the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday at a minus 110 price. Colorado plus 300 as a massive public dog where everybody was loading up on the Astros one way or another. That line dropped in the opposite direction. Plus 300 comes to cash in. The Athletics, who were dogs yesterday, plus 108, they hit. Loser on the Reds, plus 158 against the Dodgers. So 3-3. But one of those games, a plus 300. So a massive day if you were just looking and betting, just going against the public there. What's going on, Darren Filippi? See what I mean? So we're going to pick out some of those false flags today as well, which if we go over them now, let me just bring up the odds board. And again, we do have 3 games in the 1 o'clock hour: Washington, New York, Atlanta, Miami, and Tampa Bay and Cleveland. But let's just see if we have any of these big line movements again. And we do have it right off the bat. So let's start writing it down right away. So false flags went 3-3 yesterday with a massive win, though. Boy, you made a lot of money if you did that. So let's go ahead, day number 2. So yesterday was the 26th. So I'm going to mark these down. We'll go 27th. And we're just going to keep track of all this. And then, you know what? Let's add it up right now. So we had, after the first 2 games yesterday, it was minus $210. The minus 210. I wonder if that comes up that way. And then we had plus 100. No, it's not doing it that way. All right, let me add up the wins then. So we'll go plus 100 on that Mets game, plus 300 on the Colorado game, plus 108 on the A's game, which gave us 508 in pocket, and then you lost 300. So there it was 508 minus 300, $208. You profited yesterday by going 3-3, if I got the math correct on that. So that's pretty good. Yeah, 100, 200, 300, 300, 400, 500. Yeah, good. Look at that. Look at that. Over 2 units on that, man. Mixter went 2-3 yesterday. No quitter here. Let's do this. Yeah, come on now. There's some good games this afternoon, but we're going to keep tracking. Let's go over those picks again today. We're just following the money, and that would be Washington to start off. Line opened up. Let me just go with FanDuel numbers to start. 300 as the favorite, down to 290, down to 285, down to 275, 288, 270 in the marketplace, despite 88% of the moneyline wagers coming in on the Yankees. So Washington would qualify. So we'll go Washington, and that plus money number, plus 235. So we'll track that one today for Washington. Let's see what else here. We got Atlanta and Miami. Do we have any big line moves here at this point? Nope. Not fading the public there in that one with the big dogs. Let's see. Do we have any minus money yesterday? Minus 110s, minus 110s? No. Rasmussen Ciccone, which would be a 110 game. 73% there. That line's going the right direction. Yu Darvish and Brian Wu. 63% of the tickets coming in on Seattle. Is that line really dropping, though? I guess technically it is, so we'll write it down. So we'll go San Diego at a plus 116 price because we have ticket count there for 63% of the tickets and the line going backwards. So for some reverse line movement, we'll have that one in there. Bayo and Ends, by the way, Baltimore game, that's a 6:35 start. That's an opener in that game. 81% of the tickets coming in on Boston. Put the line slightly moving higher. We'll leave that out. Simeon Woods Richardson, that line moving in the right direction versus Eric Lauer. Philadelphia and New York, line going in the right direction on McClain as the favorite over Walker. Nelson and Priester, that's Arizona and Milwaukee. Here we go. We got one. We got a live one. FanDuel opened up at 152, dropped it to 142. 81% of the tickets on Milwaukee. So 3 will write down the D-backs. And a price point there on the Diamondbacks, plus 122. We'll go with that there. Awesome stuff. All right, so let's just keep moving down the list to see if we have any other ones. Burgett and Savali, that's Kansas City and Chicago. 77% of the tickets on Kansas City, but the line moving in the right direction. Majinski for Pittsburgh going up against Sonny Gray and the Cardinals. Line not really moving all that much, so we'll leave that the same. Kohanowitz versus Latz, that's the Angels and the Rangers. That line moving down now. 156 to 148 in that range, but not big enough, though. Like, still across the board, you're still getting some areas at 155, 160 in that range. We'll leave that out. Dollander and Valdez, that's Colorado and Houston. Big dog winner yesterday. Lines moving up. By the way, 310 overnight. 310 overnight is a favorite for Houston after losing a game yesterday as massive favorites. Now going up to minus 335. FanDuel is sitting at minus 335 right now for the Houston Astros over the Colorado Rockies. That is insanity, man. That's insane. Lodolo Ohtani. Ohtani's a heavy favorite. Not a lot of line movement there. Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Line going in the right direction. Final game of the night, Detroit and the Athletics. I need a name in front of the Athletics, by the way. Can you just make them Sacramento? Just so I can say something? Holy moly, man. Mize versus Morales. Line dropping a little bit, but not much. So a 3-pack tonight, it looks like, which we'll cordon off. Washington going up against the New York Yankees, plus 238 price. San Diego to plus 116 price. Going up against Seattle, and then the Diamondbacks going up against Milwaukee. I know they're oh man, I don't want to fade those teams are going up. Like, the Yankees are clearly a better team than Washington. San Diego's in a dogfight, obviously, with Seattle, but they're on the road. And then the Diamondbacks going against what might be the best team in baseball in Milwaukee. Interesting stuff there. But those are the 3 we'll track today. Washington, San Diego, and the Diamondbacks yesterday, plus $208 if you're just basing on 1 unit per play. Buoyed, obviously, by that plus 300 price yesterday on Colorado. Okay, let's get to some of the pitching mismatches that we think are going to be on the card today. Some of the better pitchers, I like to start with. Majinski is listed as number 1 in Sierra and XFIP today. Let me just see how many innings Majinski has. Actually, you know what? No, he's not. Majinski has 29 2/3 innings pitched over the past 60 days. And I haven't heard his name all that much. How do you say it? How do you pronounce? Or I know how to pronounce it. MLOD, right? Majinski. Go figure. His game log. 823, 2 innings pitched. Before that, 4 innings pitched. Before that, 2 innings pitched. So he's probably going to be a short reliever, but still listed up top. I'm not saying I'm going to fade him or not, but just some interesting statistics sort of to go off of. But if we are going on some of the advanced metrics that I love to use, the XFIPs, the Sierras, the XFIP minus numbers, Majinski is way right up top with those guys. He really is. Now, there are some bad pitchers on this card we're going to get to. Shohei Ohtani's on the card, probably not going to fade him. Nick Lodolo out there for the Cincinnati Reds tonight, going up against Ohtani, lefty versus Ohtani, the righty. That's an interesting one. They're getting a big price in that game. Lodolo has done very well. 1.80 ERA, XFIP of 2.72 over the past 60 days. That's pretty incredible. Rasmussen, Valdez, Priester, Berger wind up in that top 10. If we do slide it down the middle of the pack, guys, Lauer, Nelson, Bayo, Cavalli, Darvish, Mize, Wentz, Fried. By the way, Max Fried finally had a good start his last time out after being absolutely brutal before that. Now we get to the bottom feeders. Two interesting ones, guys, on the bottom here. Number one is Jack Kohanowitz. He's terrible. He's always been terrible. We haven't seen him in a couple weeks in Major League Baseball. Went down to the minors and was still terrible. Same thing with Simeon Woods Richardson. Now, Woods Richardson does have a decent ERA over the past 60 days. However, he missed 30 days due to a parasite that he had to have surgery on. How about that? Now, he's back to Major League Baseball. But those two guys are hittable. They're on the bottom of the list. Colin Ray is showing up with a good ERA, but bad analytical numbers. He's going up against San Francisco. I mean, do we love to take San Francisco? They actually got a win yesterday against the Cubs. I hate that team, though. I hate them. Jacob Latz, not much information there, but again, a bad xFIP number, a bad Sierra number. Taijuan Walker, who stole a lot of money from me early in this month, he's going up against a really, really good lineup with the New York Mets today. His ERA is low, but every other metric stinks for Taijuan Walker. Ryan Gusto's on the mound today. He's early, too. Going up against Atlanta, he's on that fade list. So is Slade Ciccone, who's going off again early afternoon. Aaron Savali, Max Fried, and that rounds it out. Anybody out there that's watching right now that can comment, is there a pitcher that you're looking to fade today? Is there a spot you're looking to fade? Because we got 3 afternoon games at 1 o'clock, 1 at 4 o'clock, and then the night card. I have a couple names already picked out that I'm going to have a chance for some premium action, which, we do this show for about a half hour. Then I got to determine quickly up to 1 o'clock if I want to be in play. There's a couple tonight that I'm circling. Also, these games at 1 o'clock are really interesting to me. They are. So why don't we get started right there and see what we have and get some action. Let's get those vibes going here. For that early afternoon, the people timing in. They want some Major League Baseball. They want to watch the action, people. I'm ready. Washington Cavalli versus Max Fried. Just told you how big of a favorite the Yankees are. Minus 300 price at the opening number. Minus 290 this morning. 8.5s across the board. Max Fried, great start last time out. Horrendous for like a month and a half before that, it felt. ERA minus, high. FIP minus is average. xFIP minus is average. ERA is terrible at close to 6. 4.28 xFIP number, 1.62 difference between his ERA and his FIP numbers here. What's up, RP? Trying to gauge how he's supposed to do today after that good start. Because when you're just running terribly, you just want to fade that train, and maybe he got off it. Now, as I said, we do have starting lineups out here today. Grisham, Rice, Judge, Bellinger, Chisholm, and Volpe. Very good ISO power numbers. The rest of the lineup leaves a little bit to be desired. Jason Dominguez stinks. Austin Wells, average. Ryan McMahon, after his hot start with the Yankees, is really dialed off there. Cade Cavalli is a very interesting one, too. Let's look at Cade's numbers, because not a lot to go off of, but from the simple, starts that he's had, or simple amount of starts that he's had, he actually looks pretty good. Major League debut, August the 6th. 4 1/3 innings pitched, no earned runs. At Kansas City, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Philadelphia, very good. 7 innings pitched, no earned runs. Last start was quality. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs against the Phillies. So went back-to-back against the Phillies. So 2 games he's appeared in, he's had shutouts. 2 games he's appeared in, he's given up 4 and 3 runs. 4 Ks in his last start against the Phillies, 5 before that, 3 against Kansas City, and 6 against the Athletics. So not a ton of strikeouts, but he does move it here. RP loves the Cubs. Darren loves the Phillies. God bless you being on the Phillies, man. And didn't I tell you yesterday, too, when we get angry at some situations where it's absolutely going to happen? When I'm on here saying to myself, hey, Kansas City, what's the deal? You get shut out in the game, you cost me some money. What do you do the next day? Oh, that's right. You get shut out up to the 8th inning, and then you pile on 5 runs, which would have made me a lot of money the night before. Then, hey, Philadelphia Phillies, what did you do last night? Oh, that's right. They got 5 runs, too, when I just needed 4 the night before when they had 3 by the 3rd inning. See where we're going with that?
Getting me all upset?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my goodness. Day late, dollar short. That's Major League Baseball sometimes. And again, it's not even about the hand. Oh, well, Donnie, you liked the Phillies last night. Why didn't you just take them? I didn't like the Phillies yesterday. I didn't. They still scored 5 runs. Go figure. But that Yankees lineup against Cavalli is interesting. Here's the one. It's Max Fried. Oof. Just heard me say that. My goodness. Now, if we look at advanced numbers for the Nationals, hard hit rate against lefties, Wood, yes. Abrams, yes. Riley, yes. Chaparro, yes. Milas, yes, even though it's only 6 at-bats. Brady House, yes. Jacob Young, yes. That's 7 hard-hit contact batters over the past 30 days against left-handers for the Nationals. But if you look at the numbers of how they were cashing in, Hold on now. Hold on. This is ridiculous. I'm looking at Washington right now and their numbers. Max Fried's on the mound, right? Just told you. Horrible last month and a half, great last start. He is a K pitcher, specifically to lefties. And in the lineup today, 1, 2, 3. You're going to have at least 3 lefties in there, right? Wood, Abrams, and Garcia. Then you get a couple switch hitters, one switch hitter, hold bat from the right side. So 3 lefties. But look at the K rates on the Nationals against left-handed pitching over the past month. And keep in mind, too, in New York today, 74 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right field. That really helps. James Wood, K rate against lefties for the past month, 40%. C.J. Abrams, 30%. Riley Adams, 34%. Luis Garcia, 25%. Hey, clap it up for Dylan Cruz. He's only at 15%. Andres Chaparro, 33.3%. Drew Milas, and again, it's only 6 at-bats, but it's a 50% strikeout rate. 6 times he was up, 3 times he sat down, didn't even make contact with a baseball. Brady House, 40%. Jacob Young, 30%. That's devastating. So are you either striking out and getting hard contact? There's no in-between? That's what makes it tough sometimes. Analytically, you want to fade Max Fried. Oh, I don't think he's that good, even though he had a good last start. Hard contact for the Washington Nationals, it is good, which is a main player. But also that strikeout rate, man. If you're making hard contact and not striking out and your batting average is low, I'm going to say sooner or later it's going to give way. But striking out that much is a no-no, man. Goodness, that's a lot of strikeouts for the Nats. Atlanta taking on Miami. Let's get to work here. Ryan Gusto, 2 teams this year. Obviously, he was pitching with the Houston Astros, traded to the Miami Marlins. His K rate over the past 60 days is 17%. Batting average against is .254. ERA is high at 5.35. His ERA minus, which brings it back to level in the league, minus is 129. That's high. His FIP minus number is a 99, which is good. XFIP minus is a 114. That's elevated. XFIP number, 4.77. That's elevated. Sierra number, which is skill interactive ERA, that number is a 4.51 over the past 60 days. That's high too. So I look at that Atlanta lineup. Do I love it? No. Is it good enough to get runs? I think it might be. Profar, very good statistics. Olsen, decent with his weighted on base percentage. Acuna, terrible. Baldwin, very good. Albies, terrible. Michael Harris, very good. Nacho Alvarez, starting to get better at the plate. A 378 weighted on base percentage. You like to see that. Jake Fraley, who's got good ISO numbers, but low weighted on base percentage and a higher K rate. Don't love that. Brujan, got a really good weighted on base percentage. So if we go to the advanced metrics of hard hit contact rate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you have 6 out of the 9 with very good hard contact rate for the Atlanta Braves. That's an interesting one. That's why I just tapped it. Because you're also sometimes, again, pushing you over the top. Where's this game going to get played? It's in Miami. Not good enough. You would love this if this was Atlanta, like that heat and humidity, let that into the building. 90-degree temperatures in Miami. If that roof was open, you'd love it, but it's not. But I'm telling you right now, though, Atlanta is going to get close to this card today. Other 1 o'clock game, Tampa and Cleveland. Rasmussen's on the mound. He's been real good, guys. I got him 7th on my card today. Low ERA minus, low FIP minus, low XFIP minus, low ERA, low XFIP, low Sierra. He's going up against a lineup that does pretty well, at least from the advanced numbers. But when we flip it over to the numbers that you actually see on the field, brutal. Kyle Manzardo, good. CJ Kafis, good. Everybody else, horrendous. Trash. Garbage. Yeah. Yeah. You get the point. That's how bad they are. Quan stinks. Rocchio stinks. Arias stinks. Jones stinks. Wilson stinks. Martinez stinks. Hedges stinks. Whole lot of stinks, man. Whole lot of stinks, man. Can't back that. Let's flip it over to Slade Ciccone. He can be hit, though, people. My man Slade can be hit. Let's go to some advanced metrics past 30 days for the Rays. Fantastic? Not necessarily. Diaz, good hard hit rate. Low good hard hit rate, or low, I should say, on that one. Caminero, fantastic. He's, by the way, Junior Caminero is an unbelievable baseball player. Josh Lowe, so that's 4. Carson Williams, 5. Hunter Fiducia, 6. 6. By the way, I see this Kick shows up. There are obviously bots in there. Proposal for you by sharing your stream to Kick communities. You gain 1,000 followers, earning at least $16 per hour. Like, look at the scams they running. People are always trying to scam people out. Like, you want organic. Like, this show will build organically on Kick if it ever does. But most people watch, obviously, on Twitter/X and YouTube at this point. But outside of that, hey. All right, let's get back to business here. Basic numbers for the Tampa Bay Rays today. Simpson, Diaz, Lau, Caminero, Lowe, Pereira, Mangum, Williams, and Fiducia. Very good batters in the lineup. Lau, Caminero, Lowe, and Carson Williams. When I look at the numbers, too, because I see Slade here, right? 16% K rate over the past 2 months, terrible. 5 ERA, terrible. 5.36 FIP rate, terrible. 4.26 xFIP, which is bad. 4.51 CR, which is terrible. And it's almost like I want to take this. But here again, see what we talked about the Atlanta game? They're playing in Miami, not the easiest place to score runs. You're playing in Cleveland. Again, not the easiest place to score runs. We've done well. We actually had a team total with Tampa earlier in this series. 69-degree temperatures, which isn't bad in the afternoon. 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing in from left field. Like, if you're just looking numbers-wise, like, I would probably vote for a fade of Slade Ciccone. I would vote for a fade of Ryan Gusto. But things have to bury in there. Now, would I be surprised if both of those teams were able to hit a team total, an alt team total even, like 2.5 on each side? Now, they probably could do that. But I'm trying to go for a little bit of bigger picture here on this. But that's the 1 o'clock games. Tough decisions to be made. Washington, New York, not really looking at that. Even though I do have Max Fried as a fade pitcher on my card. Atlanta, Miami, looking at Gusto as a fade pitcher on my card. Tampa Bay and Cleveland, looking at Slade Ciccone as a fade possible outcome here on my card. Anybody taking? What do we got early action on? Let me see. Art likes the Cubs. Darren's on the Phils. Carrasco says fading Wu today. He's facing a completely different lineup than last time they played each other. Enter the Wu. That's the next game up, by the way. San Diego and Seattle. Looking at some of the price points there. Let me just get my odds board back up. 136, 142, 135, 140 in the atmosphere. FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Bet365. Total listed at 8. At some outlets, 7.5 at most now. Don't love that game. I mean, come on. If we're trying to pick apart. Brian Wu's got some decent statistics. A 2.97 ERA over the past 60 days. 3.22 xFIP number, 3.20 Sierra. Batting average against only 185. That's really impressive. K rate right around 10 strikeouts per 9 innings over the past 60 days. So he's lived up to the billing. Yu Darvish, however, is a little bit lower. But Yu Darvish, to be honest, you just go up and pull up his game log. Sometimes you forget where they actually were coming from. Last start, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned. 4 innings pitched, 4 earned. Before that, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned. So he's almost like a hit-and-miss pitcher. Really good against the Mets. Bad against Arizona. Really good against San Francisco. Bad against the Dodgers. Really good against the Dodgers. Last time out, does that mean another bad start today? Could be. Could be. Woo first 5 says RP. Francisco Carrasco. Everybody was hurt last time. Faced the Padres, and Albie's over half of the strikeout. There you go, Lou Blum. Lou Blum 6'10". Lou Blum the tower from Philadelphia. Shout him out. Yeah, that's how that. I don't like that game, Seattle, too much. Boston and Baltimore. Bayo's on the mound. He's been really good, guys. You look at Bayo's statistics. 13th on the card today for me. Low ERA minus, low xFIP minus, low FIP minus. A little bit higher xFIP number, a little bit higher Sierra number. Very good ERA, 2.69. Going up against Baltimore. They show us a pretty good lineup today, by the way. They have their full lineup out. I don't have it listed, but that's a 6:35 start, so it probably won't be out. But Bayo's the better pitcher today for me, and going for a sweep. Sometimes it is tough to get sweeps, but I look for them to be the better team today. Opener in the mix here for Dietrich Enns. Whole start. And who's the guy I had filling in right behind him? Let me just bring up my card. Contreras. Let me see. So we got lefty pitcher to start, righty pitcher behind it. Typically done to sort of get out Roman Anthony and Jaron Duran. And if it goes into Lowe and Yoshida, he can still stay in there. Talking about Dietrich Enns. But then he's going to give way to Contreras. Let me just see Rosny Contreras' numbers. Is that his first start? I think this is his first start. Yeah, well, since what? March. 322. My goodness. At Pittsburgh. Was it freezing cold that day? March 22nd. Sheesh. Last 30 days. How about current season? Now, why am I getting nothing to show up here on Contreras? Hold on. Let me go to Rosny's numbers here. Contreras. Rosny. Where you at, Rosny? Roansy. I just want to see where he's coming in at. Oh, he didn't even pitch. Wow. He has nothing in Major League Baseball this year. I don't know what the hell that was showing me. I got his last starts in Major League Baseball, September 29th of 2024, which means his minor league numbers, what's he been doing? Oh, he's decked out in the minors. He is decked out. Look at that. So now Zobai J is out here with this. We don't need any help, Zobai J. Get these kick communities going. Roansy has been in the minors the entire season. 3.73 ERA, 14 starts, 91 innings pitched, 70 Ks. I'm probably just going to stay away from that at that point. Minnesota and Toronto. This is one that we might be able to get after. Sometimes I get a little bit nervous about players coming back into Major League Baseball. Is what it is. John Rome says Nerfy on the Rays-Guardians game. Okay. Get right off the bat, man. Coming up in about a half hour. Tee it up, baby. Simeon Woods Richardson should get hit. You look at the analytics numbers for the Toronto Blue Jays. Hard hit rate, Springer, yes. Luke's just misses it. Vladdy, yes. Bichette, yes. Varsho, yes. Kirk, yes. Barger, yes. France, yes. Jimenez, yes. 8 out of the 9 batters with Luke's just missing. And this is against right-handed pitching over the past month. Let's go to some other statistics. K rate, phenomenal. They don't strike out that much. Weighted on base percentage, very good for most of them. And a lot of ISO power in there. Like Simeon Woods Richardson probably is going to be on my fade card. But again, usually like to have that full 60 days. And could he surprise? But Toronto is leveling the bombs at the plate that we like. They really are. So that's the one to keep an eye on. I need to see the starting lineup here for the Blue Jays, but that's a game I'm keeping an eye on. Because if we are looking based on 60 days, which you missed 30 days with Woods Richardson, so it's really only a 30-day number. His ERA is decent. It's a 3.22 over those 30 or so days over the past 60 days, if you will. ERA minus is good. FIP minus number is high. XFIP minus number is high. FIP number itself is high at 568, and a ridiculously high XFIP number and a really high Sierra number. Oh, love the cough button here. See that? So we got some action right there. Might be able to get in tune with the Toronto Blue Jays. Minnesota side of things going up against Eric Lauer. I'm not really that interested in it, to be honest. But they're probably going to start a lot. Wallner's a lefty. Clemens is a lefty. Larnach is a lefty. The rest will be right-handers. Lauer coming into my card right around midway, 11th. 2.93 ERA, vet guy. Analytics like him a lot. I'll stay away from that side of it. But Toronto could be in play. Philadelphia, New York. Taijuan Walker, my nemesis. Do you like what the Mets were doing at the plate the past couple nights, guys? I like it. I really like what's going on here with the Mets. Lindor, Soto, Nimmo, Alonso, McNeil, Vientos. Oh, these are the times we got to think right now. I need some thinking music right now here for just a second here. I need some thinking music. Got to think this one out. Because Taijuan has hurt me a lot. Did the numbers say that we should be fading Taijuan today? They probably do. Let's go back here and take a look at his last 30 days. Just trying to get through this, man. Just trying to look at this and say what makes sense. Taijuan's low K rate will get him in trouble. We know that. Doesn't walk too many people. We know that. ISO against for the past 30 days has been really good. Same thing with the weighted on base percentage, and he's a ground ball pitcher. Last start, he was touched up a little bit, gave up 3 earned runs, I think, over 6 innings. Yeah, me too, friend. They're killing me in my head, too, as well, Francisco. But look at that Mets lineup. You're looking at 317 or higher out of 8 or 9 guys against right-handed pitching over the past month with weighted on base percentages here. Advanced metrics are... This is the struggle. Like, this is... Well, I'm not putting, like, my fandom, like, into play. Because you know me. That's not the way I get down with business. Like, if the money's to be had there, the money's to be had. But if I write down an extra team, like I'm going to put down Toronto with a little asterisk here, but I'm also putting down the New York Mets. Writing that right down now. If you look at Taijuan and you say, all right, Donnie, take out those starts where he was really good. Well, you can't do that. Like some of his starts were good. Like, I don't know. I want to take those out so we can, buy that. Walker's K per 9 innings over the past 60 days is at a 5. That's low. I just told you how low his number is on his strikeout rate. That's not doable, sustainable, really. Balls in play in baseball will kill you. In a little league, it's great because you're not giving guys walks. That's like, okay, yeah, it's 3 strikeouts, but 6 walks in that inning, give up 2 runs. Stop. It's Major League Baseball. Batting average against him over the past 60 days is 254. Whip rate is 1.18. Again, they're not bad numbers. ERA minus is really good. It's at a 70, 30% below the average, which is great. ERA is listed as a 3. That's really good. FIP minus number, fielding independent pitching, minus, which means it brings in the ballparks and the league in play average, to 121. That's 21% higher than you would like. His XFIP number is a 109, 9% higher than you would like. His XFIP minus number, I should apologize, 109, 9% higher. 451 XFIP number. Sierra number is 465. And by the way, if you don't know what Sierra numbers are, they sort of mirror ERA. 420 or below is really bad. 450 or below is poor. The most ridiculous numbers are 5 and higher, which we do have 2 of those guys on today based on the statistics. But he fits into it. Like, I feel like I have to write down the Mets to give them a legitimate opportunity tonight. Phillies threw some high leverage, bullpen guys last night. Yohan Duran, I don't know what the hell he's doing. 4 straight singles in the 9th inning. Get out of town. The guy was unhittable before. But that's one of those games I look at and say to myself, I might need to have that on my card from a Mets side, but they're certainly circled, no doubt about it. Darren Filippi, Phil's plus money. Look, I know. Phillies should win. They lost 2 games. They're not supposed to get swept by the Mets. But even if the Phillies do win, hey, how about a 5-4 game? What is the let me go to Caesars and take a look at a couple things here. So we will see what that team total is coming in right now. That could be important for me. Maybe one of those swaying opinions if it's not too high. That game is going to be 7:10 p.m. tonight. Scroll down. Home team runs. If you wanted the alt parlay at 2.5, it's at a minus 400 price. 3.5, though. You see that? That also tells you that you think the Mets are going to hit tonight. 3.5 is at a minus 200 price on Caesars. Let me just double check to see what we have that price point here on FanDuel. And by the way, just looked at FanDuel. Cal Raleigh's now a minus 125 favorite to become MVP of the American League. He was 110 earlier this morning. Put out a TikTok video yesterday on that. Now he's gaining steam. Boy, oh boy, hits a home run today. Maybe we'll be checking it out. FanDuel's number here on a team total for the Mets. 4.5 minus 106. Alt team total 3.5 at a minus 205. Or minus 430, excuse me. Minus 3.5. 3.5 is 205. That's why Caesars has a very good sports book. You guys using Caesars with me a lot? I'm telling you, man. You want to talk about saving some money on all team total parlays and some numbers? They got it. Bet365 used to have competitive numbers there. Very rarely do I go there anymore. Unless I'm looking for like the 1.5 market, which is very extenuating. Maybe once every 2 weeks I might hit that market and use Bet365. But 365 numbers aren't as good as they used to be at this point. Chops BX, gun the head, Nats Yanks DRS. I mean, you see the giant number on the Yankees. Probably going to win that baseball game. And if Max Fried doesn't have any blister issues left, he probably should be able to go through that lineup pretty easily. And I do think the Yankees win. I don't know about the total, though, to be honest. Because when I look at that number and say, okay, Max Fried could bounce back. Cavalli's on that. He's really a wild card. Could blow up, get smoked here. It is get money time. It is definitely get money time. Let's get it. Hold on. Let's see. Where are we at here? There we go. Francisco Carrasco says, I wish I could use Caesars or Bet365. What are you, in a state that doesn't have them? What are you, in Florida? Is Hard Rock? By the way, was messing around with Hard Rock on the first 5 wagers of going team totals and buying them down. Like not taking them at the top of the level. Like most of the time, like if they're 2.5 with a little bit of juice there, I'm taking it. 1.5 with some juice, I'm taking it. 8 of my last 9. Because the handicaps that you see me give out or against starting pitcher, against starting lineup, which eventually you're going to filter in and bang around some bullpens, don't get me wrong. But my goodness, 8 of 9 is pretty impressive. Arkansas. Let's go. Little Rock, Arkansas style. Yeah. Yeah. But if we are taking a look at the rest of the card tonight, that Phillies game's up there. And if we speed through Arizona and Milwaukee, I'm not going to have any action there. Quinn Priester's been really good. Except we did write down the Diamondbacks at a plus 122 price as that false flag line mover type game situation. Yeah, I don't know, Oaklawn. I wonder if we have Oaklawn. And is Oaklawn just Arizona or Arkansas? Is that like a race course? Or can we get that in New Jersey, I wonder? Like, usually we can get just about everything anybody else has at this point. Duran losing us money, buyers beware. Yeah, what is that about, man? Johan Duran. Step it up. Burgett versus Savali. Where did Savali come into my card? You know what? I don't think I checked this one too much. Savali could be an interesting one tonight. And you know my love-hate with Kansas City. You know my love-hate with Kansas City. The lineup looks good, and they beat me over the head with a baseball bat more than any other team, man. They're going up against Savali today. Let me just see how they project. Because that's one I didn't really have written down. K rate really good again. Weighted on base percentage, hanging in there. Advanced metric with hard hit rate there. It's okay. I would like it to be a little bit better. Savali struggling with lefties and righties. Oh, my, stop. Don't bring me in. Don't bring me in. Now, here's what's holding me back a little bit, though. Because I like to see perfect numbers across the board. We don't really have that with Savali. High ERA minus, low FIP minus, slightly high XFIP minus. His XFIP numbers are 4.53. That's getting into the danger zone. And a Sierra 4.39. I'm going to write, you know what? I'm writing down Kansas City too. Not that we would play them, but just something to take a look at. Because you know where I'm going tonight already. Like, you know the names where your boy DRS is lining up. Majinski and Gray, no. We don't have to go over Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Kohanowitz and Lotz on the mound. That's a 9 at most places. Kohanowitz is coming back to major. He's been bad. And I don't think he fixed anything in the minors either. Let me just take a look at Kohanowitz in the minors here. Kohanowitz. Just a sloppy pitcher that's been getting his butt kicked most of the time. Last start Major League Baseball, 3 innings, 6 earned. That was on August the 10th. It's been roughly, 3 weeks since he's been up to Major League Baseball. He got 2 starts in the minors after they sent him down. 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. That's AAA baseball. You get the point here, people? Yeah, I think you get the point. He probably should be getting rocked tonight. Some way or another, I'm going to force them onto my card. Even though I don't really love the Texas lineup, to be honest, but it's got to be done. Juan White, what's up, good? Live from Tennessee. Oakland is horse racing, betting, casino, and sports books. They use geolocation, so you have to get in state. Yeah, that's what I figured. Maybe a NordVPN will get you in state there. Holla. But Kohanowitz should be on that fade card tonight. Texas don't love the lineups, but just love the pitcher. How about last night? Like the one loser I had, Houston, the Astros. Good Lord, man. 1 run against Tanner Gordon. Framber Valdez on the mound today, a massive favorite. You figured they would bounce back. Dollander, not a great pitcher. What has Dollander been doing, though? Do we have enough innings on Dollander to qualify? I don't think we do. So let's go to Dollander's numbers. He probably should get cracked. But again, people, you know the ebbs and flows, right? If I tell you that the Houston Astros scored 1 run yesterday, you don't even have to factor in what's going to happen today. They're probably popping 5 in the first 3 innings. That's usually what happens on those bounce-back games. Dollander here. He doesn't have enough to I don't think he has enough to qualify. He doesn't. He just misses. Damn it. Damn it. Look at these last couple games, man. This son of he's bad. 3 2/3 innings pitched, 7 earned runs last time out against the Dodgers. Roll it back 5 days before that. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 5 runs, 4 earned. Roll back at 5 days before that at St. Louis, 5 innings pitched, only 1 earned run. Very good, son. 3 innings pitched, but he has pitched a lot. Where's the road games at? Where's this? Take out the home, because you obviously know what the home. I mean, the guy's getting plastered like everybody does in Colorado. 6-14, which is two and a half months ago. I don't think we can go over that, but that was a away game against the Braves. 4 runs, 3 earned. Then on the road against the Nats, 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, 2 earned. Then home. And then he comes back to Major League Baseball August 11th on the road, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned. Then he goes home, gets blasted, home, gets blasted. Now, this is a road game. You'd want to fade him at this point, right? But I don't know if you can. He should get bounced like a basketball in this game. He really should. The guy sucks, but still. Cincinnati and L.A., Lodolo going up against Shohei Ohtani. I don't want anything to do with that. Chicago and San Francisco. Colin Ray, he's the guy that you can fade, but that's a trash ballpark with a trash lineup. Carson Whisenhunt, he should get hit, but I don't know what the hell the Cubs been doing at the plate lately, but it hasn't been good. Casey Mize on the charts tonight. Where's Mize come in? Because I know I had him rated today. He's 16th. 5.35 ERA, you hate. Average xFIP, average FIP minus. Small, tiny ballpark that did damage last night. By the way, a 471-foot grand slam last night. Did you watch that one? Did you watch that one for Riley Green? Over the batter's eye? Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get down that late game. So, if we're looking at the false flag games once again today, Washington, San Diego, and the Arizona Diamondbacks, pitchers that I'm looking to fade today. And I don't think, but to be honest right now too, like with the service plays, I'm not going to have anything early. I might regret it, but I think there's better options later. Like, I do think Washington should be able to hit Max Fried. Not loving that lineup today. Way too many strikeouts in that lineup. New York does have a pretty good bullpen. I don't think I'm going to mess with Washington. Slade Ciccone against Tampa, this is the one that I fear the most, that if I don't play, that it's probably going to win. But also understand this. You don't, like, handicapping PSA number 1. Oh, so glad I didn't play that Tampa game that you loved and it only scored 1 run. Well, that shows that you're off. Like, that gives you any more ammunition. Oh, thank goodness I didn't take that game. It lost. I mean, yeah, you don't want to lose money. But the same thing at the top of your head, it's like, wouldn't you feel better? Like, all right, Tampa scored 7 runs against Ciccone. Like, you thought they would hit, and they did. Like, that radar's on. Hello, ding, ding. Like, you don't want Tampa Bay to score 1 run and be like, ooh, saved myself. Like, no. Like, that was a terrible handicap then. So I'm probably laying off the afternoon slate. Tonight, Kohanowitz will be getting a really close look. There's no doubt in my mind. Toronto Blue Jays tonight going up against Simeon Woods Richardson. The New York Mets going up against Taijuan Walker. And then the Kansas City Royals, who have punched me in my face more than I could tolerate. They're going up against Aaron Savali today. So I got 4 to 5 looks on the card that we're going to take a look at right now. Yeah, pencil for early games. We want them to win. I think it happens. Max 8K. I'm telling you, Chops, I'm telling you right now. Them numbers don't look good for Washington at all. I mean, if we have anything like that last start with Max Fried, we can guarantee he's going at least 6 innings, he's going to get 8 strikeouts. Just based on those statistics, that's what's in the cards and what makes a lot of sense here. All right, boys and girls, look at that, 44 minutes we hung out today. Love it, man. Lunchtime. Burn that energy. Doing shows. Like, I do a 2-hour show in the morning. I come on and spend an extra hour on the air here. Got to get some videos done a little bit later. Also, keep in mind, football season is on the way. I will be giving out football picks all along. Major League Baseball is still going to be in that premium slate all through September. But, as I've done in the past, I wait until week 3 of the NFL season for my premium access for the NFL. I just told you. I'll be giving out plays all week long, next week, and then the following week after that, weeks 1 and 2. You ain't going to miss any plays from me. But week number 3 is where you get down to business in the NFL. You know exactly what those football teams are about. You know exactly how those rotations go. Prop bets, winning percentages all increase. Once week 3 begins, that's when the premium schedule starts. But we're going to kill it dead in baseball here and have some fun. I don't know what I'm doing in my college football season. I haven't really paid all that much attention to college over the past couple of years, which, again, that doesn't really matter this year. But I'm going to tell you right now, hosting a show on the Sports Grid Network on Saturdays, being keyed in, maybe down the line, I'll start giving out picks in college football. But the NFL is where my bread and butter is. There's no doubt about it. Major League Baseball, that's where we just dig in. That's where we make that money and have some fun. So we'll be there. Thanks for tuning into the show. Guys are awesome in the chat box. Always a lot of fun talking to you guys and having some fun on Major League Baseball. Good luck on those wagers. Tomorrow's a Thursday. We'll be right back here. Same bat time, same bat channel.